How are you at home? Jolly good. Now, we have here in the studio, sitting there on them there beanbags, 5 lovely young guys and gals, what are here, 6 actually. I'm Phil Cornwell, I'm the 6th. What are here today, would you believe, to make a programme what is called Something Else. Now, here we have Keith Barnard, how's about that? We have Elka Tullett, lovely girl, Elka. Bob Prigg, how's about that? Jackie Kinnis is a lovely girl, get quickly there for Jimmy Savile. Now then, Susan, now then, will you tell all the lovely ladies and gentlemen out there in TV land what you told me earlier on today?
I'm looking for a man.
So how's about that then?
Look at there, here she comes. Here comes that girl again. One of the cutest since I don't know when. But she don't notice me when I'm fast. She goes with all the guys from out of my class. But that can't stop me from my thinking to myself. She's sure fine looking, man. She's someone else. She's sure fine looking, man. Wow, she's something else.
Excuse me, if I was to mention Southend, what would you think of?
See.
Anything else?
The pier. The pier.
Well, it's terrible since they got rid of the bleeding cockles and winkles, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
And there's no more birds at the end of the pier, and I don't mean the seagulls, do we? No.
Southend. Cockles and mussels.
Do you like cockles and whelks and...
I don't eat them. No, I'm kosher.
Well, no, I prefer Brighton for a dirty weekend, actually.
Bingo.
Sometimes, if the weather's nice, I can enjoy it.
People have this image of Southend, of cockles and whelks, candy floss and kiss me quick hats, but...
Things ain't what they used to be. It used to be fun. Dad and old mum paddling down Southend, but now it ain't done. Never mind, chum. Paris is where we spend our outings.
Hey, do me a favour!
They've changed our local pally into a bowling alley, and things ain't what they used to be. There's Teds with drainpipe trousers and Debs in coffee houses, and things ain't what they used to be. There used to be trains.
Can you tell us what the course used to be like in the old days?
26 acres of fairgrounds with parking facilities all around the outside for 300 or more coaches. 30 or more major rides with stalls and attractions on the outside of that. Any major ride that come out was tried at the Kersal before it went to Europe or any other part of England. It was tried out here and see how it went before it made his debut elsewhere.
So what's happened to the Kersal now? How big is it now?
It's down to 6 acres now.
Yeah.
The government sold the majority off to flats for the Southend Council.
There's 7 flats there?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think it closed down altogether? Or?
I don't think so myself, really.
No.
There's been a fairground here for 70-odd years now, and I think it's about one of the oldest in the world. And such as it is now, it still keep going.
Left school a couple of months ago, so I went from the Uncle down to Kersal. I started off working in the car park attendant, then I moved on to the scenic railway, and then on to the dodgems. So working on the dodgems is harder work than the scenic railway and keeps you fit anyway. So I prefer working on the dodgems to the scenic railway. It's hard work, but it's more fun. I collect all the money and sort the cars out. Start the ride up at times, watch the ride as it's going along, check everything's all right, no accidents are happening. I think the Kersal will stay open in years to come. People said it might close down, but I think it'll stay open.
Let's hope it does stay open, because after all, it is part of Southend. 20 years ago, there was a policy made in the council to kill off the tourist side of Southend and make it into a commercial centre. These large glass palaces have only really sprung up over the last 10 years or so.
This is not the image most people have of Southend, but it is really a middle-class dormitory town with a lot of money about, and not just the cockles and whelks and the kiss-me-quick hat image that the seafront projects.
Southend reached its peak as a tourist resort between 1955 and 1962, and well, since then it's been all downhill. But it's little wonder that fewer tourists visit the town when you consider that the publicity department of Southend Council is allocated only £7,500 a year compared with Blackpool's £500,000.
How's the business been the last couple of years?
It's been dropping dramatically in the last 2 years.
Has trade been dropping over the past few years down the seafront?
It's an up and down trade. It depends a lot on the weather, whether it's good and whether it's bad. When it's very good, we're bursting, and when it's raining like it is today, we're right down in the doldrums. It's not at all good.
How's trade now compared to what it was, say, 10 years ago when Southend was more of a booming concern?
Bleeding terrible. George Walker has a plan to build a massive marina covering most of the seafront with a golf course, leisure facilities and 2,000 luxurious homes. Elker asked him what he thinks it'll do for the people of Southend.
Over the last 10 years, the average age of the people living in Southend is going up steadily every year over the last 10 years. There's an increasing unemployment for the last 10 years. Every year it's gone up in Southend. And the amount of people living in Southend are going down every year for the last 10 years. So for me, something like this for Southend will be doing nothing but good. It will provide jobs, it will provide interest, and will provide new people, and also provide commerce and money.
Many people say that this scheme is going to be a scheme for the wealthy. What will it offer the people, the ordinary day trippers? I mean, will they be able to use the facilities?
I mean, I think this nonsense of thinking this is going to be a rich man's paradise it is a nonsense, in so much that the houses just above us here on the cliffs are worth £100,000 today to buy. So this is a nonsense. Southend is, in fact, a middle-class living area for the majority of people that commute to London to work.
What about this marina, if this ever comes off? How's it going to affect you, do you think?
I don't think the marina will be any good at all. I think I will lose my business, and I think it will make Southend Golden Mile in the back street.
Do you, in fact, see yourself even closing down, you know?
Well, I don't think they will give us a pitch on the new marina. They say that we will get, but where will we get it? We can't afford the rent or the rates of the new places, which they will build.
If this marina thing got going, would it do you any favours at all?
I think it would certainly boost the trade and bring back the front to what it should be, yes.
So if it never got going, what would you do? Would you pack up and move on somewhere else?
I think I would probably have to go back to work for someone.
What do you think the new marina plan, if it gets passed by the council, I mean, what will this do for you?
Nothing. Actually nothing. We are a seaside town, and I think if they put a marina with £100,000 houses out there, I think it won't be a seaside town any longer.
The council seem to have turned their backs on the bucket and spade image, but there's still a big gap left to fill, and whether they pass the marina plan is another matter. They really seem unwilling to commit themselves either way.
In your love life. However, I see you are destined to meet a man of noble birth who has had a long and successful career connected with the sea. You may be involved in some family disagreements, but together you will weather the storm and your love life will blossom into a happy and long-lasting relationship.
I'm actually here at Southend on the seafront. As you can see over there, the world-famous pier, but I'm not here for that. I'm actually here to look at some of the marine biology. And, down here we have an absolutely amazing specimen of rare seaweed. Now, why this seaweed is so, in fact, special, I'll show it to you. If you can see, there's very tiny creatures actually grow and thrive and exist in this kind of surround. It's absolutely beautiful taste, and believe you me, I've got so much salt in my mouth, I think I'll go off and have a pint of bitter.
Oh, that's better. It really does reach the part other beers can't refresh.
won't do Stevie no good. The judge wouldn't listen, he never understood. The girls down the pub don't remember Stephen Smith. They only know they gotta find another lift. Stephen Smith wasn't like the rest. He had a license and he passed his test. He was the best. About Mr. Stephen Smith. He's a pest. He's the best. He's the best. He's the best. He's the
Have you ever thought how strange it is that if you are 16, you can't go into an X film, you can't go to a pub for a drink, and you can't vote, but you can get married and have children?
When we two parted in silence and tears, half broken-hearted to sever for years, pale grew thy cheek, and cold, colder thy kiss.
They all dedicate lines to you, thin lines, easy seen through. Of course they do, to be like others, who all feel something I won't, pretend just for you, because I've never ever wanted anything from you. I've watched them marry up their wives and lives with ties and lies. I've seen them screw infatuation and call it you so they feel safer. I hope you'll stay with them forever, let them sit back and never dream thoughts like mine. Scared hearts running from you take longer to prove. They can sit back and laugh while others do. Still they hold you in awe. Am I the first to ever question you exist? So why do I throw up when she tells me she gives me herself only for you? My belief in you is only for me. Sometimes I almost envy the need, but don't see the price. Sometimes I envy the need, but don't see the price.
It was a big craze when it started. Everyone, you sort of sat around and did it, just one big craze. There's nothing to fill the nights. When youth club's not open, everyone gets bored, so just start sniffing. Stop the boredom. So you get weird feelings and see things in your mind.
Solvent sniffing is inhaling through the nose or mouth chemicals contained in glue and aerosols to give a high. The most popular of these is glue sniffing. It came to Britain in the 1960s from America and has been on a drastic increase, particularly with those still at school, because it's cheap and easy to get. Sniffers have hallucinations and can appear drunk. Many have suffered bad effects like slurred speech, breathing problems, liver, kidney and brain damage. Not only that, but it can and has killed.
John is 19 and lives in Southend. I talked to him and asked him how long he's been glue sniffing.
About 3.5, 4 years. Picked up in a, I was in a approved school in Chelmsford. Well, approved school. Picked up from there, from some kids.
Have you lost a lot of friends since you've been glue sniffing?
No, because I've had any. I don't feel lonely, but Mum says, and people said that I'm lonely, which I am, I suppose, in a way, but I like being lonely, I like being on my own. I've taken 3 overdoses altogether, but I've only attempted suicide once out of them 3. So, the second time round, I really did want to kill myself. But when I come round the next morning, I decided that it hasn't worked. I haven't killed myself. It's been a waste of time trying in the first place. So now I want to make a go of it. You know, I want to live. I want to stop glue sniffing for definite. I'm on a probation officer. He's got me into hospitals and seen psychiatrists and things like that. He even got me into an appointment to see this hypnotist, which I'm seeing at the moment. He thinks that he can help me.
Is there anything you would like to say to people sniffing glue or thinking about sniffing glue?
My advice would be to them not to start. If they have started, think of what it's like if you carry on doing it. I, myself, I've got skinnier, lost weight. I used to be fit. I used to be fanatic about football, but now I just can't. I don't have the energy to run around anymore. For myself personally, I see, like it says, the only way I think I'll be able to stop glue sniffing, and I think it'll work, is find something to take its place. You know, not another job, you know, but something that will take its place that gives me the same sort of effects, you know, like not everything spinning around and things like that, but the happiness of the glue.
The authorities have been treating glue sniffing as just if it's a passing craze. It's a serious problem and it's only going to get worse unless something is done soon. We've compiled an information sheet for any parent, glue sniffer or anyone interested. The address will be given at the end of the show. And now for Southend's local band, the Regulators.
I'm thinking of reflection. There's no way or direction. I feel I'm working all day. Drink the only real escape. Place and time. You need a breakaway. The longer you wait, the easier it is to stay. It's the rich that will make the law. Now maybe I was 84. This sooner than expected. You know you elected. There's no way I'm gonna spend my life. I don't need a less job to support my feelings. What? That's so low. You carry boat your house. At an early age, you'd be lying on a doctor's couch. Materialistic revolution. You gotta learn elocution. I feel like working out a day. Drink the only real escape. There's no way I'm gonna spend my life on a meaningless couch to support my meaningless wife.
Oh, isn't that nice, young boy and girl
Yes, it's
together like
nice. Don't it take you back?
dear.
No, you, Ted, do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's nice. Enid, don't look now, but look. Enid! Isn't it disgusting?
Oh, we'd never have had that in our day.
2 men holding hands.
The thin end of the wedge, dear.
Sorry I'm late, miss.
Sorry I'm late, miss.
Sorry I'm late, miss.
So I'm late, miss.
So I'm late, miss.
I see you've all done your homework.
One person every 5 minutes tries to kill themselves. A lot of people turn to the Samaritans for help. Not only do they help the suicidal, they will listen to any problem, however small. They are a group of ordinary people who aren't there to give advice, but who care and are ready to offer sympathy and understanding. But still, many young people wrongly feel the Samaritans are stuffy, middle-aged do-gooders and that you have to be suicidal to ring them. So where can you go to when you're young and have problems and you don't feel the Samaritans can help you?
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and she's always gone too long. Anytime.
Because of their image among teenagers, the Southend Samaritans were concerned that they were not offering a service to young people, and so they started Youthline.
Hello, Youthline. Can I help you? Youthline's a service started in Southend last year, specifically for young people. The majority of calls from young people are to do with worries and problems of relationships with parents, teachers, other children that they know, other young people, friends, people at school. Since the service started last year, we've had around about 4 or 5 times as many calls as we actually expected to receive, so the service is doing very, very well indeed, and we're very encouraged. When people ring Youthline, they won't get anybody that tells them what to do. What they will get is someone that will talk to them about their worries and their problems, and together you will identify any solutions that may be possible and any steps that can be taken to alleviate the problem.
Youthline is only in Southend, but there are branches of the Samaritans all over the country. There are also lots of other organisations that can help you with any problems you may have. So if you'd like a list with the names and telephone numbers of these organisations, then write to us and we'll send you one.
Sorry, lads. Tours only.
Bloody hell. Right, Keith. Shall we go then, mate? For you?
BBC television did not really cater for young people's interests in music. Today we're going to have a discussion on why this is and why there should be a programme catering for young people's interests. We have Robin Nash, head of Variety and Night Entertainment, and Jake Burns, Stiff Little Fingers lead singer. I'd like to ask you, Robin, why you think that it's not a rock programme specifically for young people?
Well, I do think the BBC does cater from time to time for young people. I think that we have the old Grey Whistletest, Rock Goes to College, there was Disco Roadshow, there are a lot of programmes on and off. There's no regular programme besides Top of the Pops. And
Why isn't there a regular? Because music is a very important part of teenagers' lives.
music is a very important of many sections of the British public's life. I mean, there's people who are like jazz, people who like all forms of jazz, there are people who like big band sounds, there are people who like folk, there are people who like country music, and many other areas of all through the classics, chamber music, all sorts of things. And the programme controllers have a fairly impossible task to cater for all needs. I think many music programmes, though, are catered for heavily in radio, which means that probably television doesn't do so well in those areas sometimes.
Top of the Pops is mainly aimed at a middle-aged audience, and there's operas and ballets, and there's dance ballet every month, and things like that. Why couldn't there be something for young people, you know, sort of on a once a week, say, for half hour, an hour, of a BBC Two, sometime like that?
Well, I would like to know exactly what you would envisage as this programme and what it would contain.
I'd like a programme containing music of interest to young people, with news that's of interest to them, gig news, giving independent groups, labels, a chance of getting, you know, a name for himself or something like that, giving just music for young people.
What you basically need is like a series of programmes like this on a permanent level, as opposed to just being dished out, you know, 6 programmes every 6 months or whatever it is. You know, I mean, you really need to let the kids run it themselves, because that's the only way that the kids are going to be able to put over their own views, rather than a bunch of programme controllers or whoever deciding what people want to hear and see. And you yourself said at the start that things were only done for every so often and from time to time. And really it needs to be put on a permanent basis and get away from the farce of Top of the Pops, you know.
Well, I disagree that Top of the Pops is a farce, and especially...
But most people that watch it would agree with me and think it is a farce, you know.
Most people who watch it, I disagree. A lot of people criticise it now that it's heavily biased towards the type of music that you're talking about. They say that we include. Top of the Pops, though, is a reporterage programme about the British market research charts, and it does reflect what people are buying.
Getting back onto the music programme, would you say that one reason why a programme catering for the young hasn't been put on because the controllers are out of touch with young people?
No, I don't think so at all. I think that there is a certain availability to young people, that they can meet their own requirements and demands by going to concerts, they can listen to records, they can hear music on the radio. And I think you have to take all those sort of things into consideration when you're actually making up schedules and realising that there are other minority viewers who are older, who cannot get out for various reasons. Therefore, I think a certain proportion weighs heavily towards those sort of
With concert, it depends where you live. Like in Southend, we've had the Specials and the Lambrettas, and that's it for about the past 3 years, as far as I can remember, big groups. And we can't get up to London because we can't afford sort of fares and things up there. So with a programme on TV, that would be one way that people in rural areas could get what they want.
S-Card, I give you my time. Why confused and I stash it with mine. Your greasy hand and slipped away. Could have cried, could have saved you this time. You keep on calling. just like a moon. But the problem is I've seen all of these things before. That your greasy hand had slipped away. Could have cried, could have saved the storm. Brighten it up, brighten it, brighten it, brighten it, bright, 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 bright. Shut it out, shut it, shut it, shut it, shut it, shut, shut, shut. Just like a moon. There's someone pointing up, pointing up, pointing up, pointing up, pointing up, pointing up. Someone who thinks like I see.
There's no doubt about it. When one meets you, madam, one's heart is aflame. One is deeply struck by your devastating charm.
At last, I found me man.
One isn't a Catholic, is one?
Oh, Mother Mary, help me.
Look at there, here she comes. Here comes that girl again. One of the cutest since I don't know when. But she don't notice me when I pass. She goes with all the guys from out of my class. But that can't stop me from thinking to myself. She's sure fine looking, man. She's something else. She's sure fine looking, man. Wow, she's something else.
Right, that's it. Programme's all over. What are you doing sitting there, stuffing yourselves, no doubt? What a load of rubbish this programme is. A community programme, huh? Community. Come on, out of it, come on. All standing there watching a programme about sex and drugs. Disgusting, come on.
If you'd like the information sheet mentioned in the programme, please send a large stamped addressed envelope to Something Else, BBC Television, London, W12.